Syria accused the Israeli Air Force of targeting sites near Damascus on the night of July 21st. A military official was quoted on state media saying Israeli jets had carried out the attack and the country's air defenses had downed most of the missiles. He said the attack caused material damage only, but later it was reported the strike also killed a major Hezbollah leader. And that led to fears Hezbollah may retaliate on Israel's northern border. The IDF mobilized more troops on the border to counter any threat. Here's a story we did recently about one of the weapons in Hezbollah's arsenal. It's well known that Hezbollah terrorists in Lebanon have more than 150,000 missiles pointed at Israel. A less visible weapon with dangerous potential is a network of attack tunnels running underneath the northern border. This is Zarit, a small agricultural community of 250 residents on the Israel-Lebanon border. Above ground, it's quiet and peaceful, but underground, Hezbollah was planning for death and destruction. We're standing in the tunnel right now and just a few feet from the Lebanese border. This tunnel is called Ramia, named after the village where the tunnel began. It was the most difficult for the IDF to discover. It's also the longest and the deepest, the equivalent of a 22-story building built underground.
You can see the wind chair on the wall over there, electricity, communications, lighting, and there's a phone that was actually connected for the first day when we exposed the tunnel. The wire was still live. One of our guys jokingly picked it up and asked for anybody to answer on the other side. There was no answer.
The workmanship you see here is all done by Hezbollah. This tunnel took years to construct and millions of dollars to build, much of it supplied by Iran.
You can see the remains of a rail system that Hezbollah had in place, which is what they used in order to bring equipment up, basically, and also to take all of the debris and rocks and shift it out of the tunnel. This would attach to an electric drill, power drill, that would drill like this, and once it got to the end of the cup itself, they would just pull it out, knock the piece of rock off, and then shift that piece of rock back.
The size of this tunnel is impressive. It's large enough where hundreds of Hezbollah commandos could have come into Israel with the goal to kidnap or kill.
Where we're standing now, you can see behind me, is the last and the highest point that this Hezbollah tunnel got. As you can see, it's only a few meters from ground level.
This is the entrance Israel opened into the tunnel. IDF spokesman Lieutenant Colonel Jonathan Conricus told us the tunnel runs almost a mile long and was nearly operational.
Operational in the sense of Hezbollah actually having the ability to break out and then to run to the nearest Israeli community. There are two communities here nearby, less than 6 minutes running distance from where we are now.
Tunnel warfare expert Daphne Richmond Barak says the value of this type of warfare is priceless for Hezbollah.
The potential reward is a major one if only it succeeds, because it neutralizes the technological advantage of the Israeli army.
For now, Conricus believes they have found and rendered all the border tunnels useless, either by destroying or filling them with cement.
That doesn't mean that we have, even for 1 second, let down our guard and have stopped looking.
In the meantime, this massive tunnel represents the persistent determination of Hezbollah to destroy Israel and the IDF's vigilance to stop one of Israel's greatest enemies.
Alpha.